Hello and welcome to my training. My name is Chuck Holmes. I'm a network marketing professional. In today's video, I want to talk about MLM debt and bankruptcies in our industry. As a quick disclaimer up front, individual results will vary. This is not financial advice, and I am not a financial advisor. This is just my own thoughts on the subject. Here's the truth. Most businesses in most industries fail. If you drive through your hometown, wherever you live, and you look at all the strip malls and you look at all the businesses, there's going to be a lot of vacant businesses. Even where I live, companies change, they rotate. I can drive by a building and a business that was there yesterday is often gone tomorrow, or a business that was there last year is no longer there. And this is pretty common all throughout the world. Businesses have a high failure rate, especially small mom and pop type businesses. And these are entrepreneurs who have invested a substantial amount of money and a substantial amount of time to make their business successful, and they still failed. So when people come to me and they talk about the high failure rate in MLM, it is pretty high, don't get me wrong. The good news is most people in our industry didn't have much money invested in their business or time compared to someone who started a traditional business and invested tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands and years of their life hoping to make it successful. So here's what you need to understand. Most of us, no matter what country you live in, we haven't received 1 hour of financial advice or business financial advice. So we start a business or we venture out into the real world, and we're just expected to figure out everything on our own. And we wonder why so many people are struggling financially in their own personal financial statement. Debt is high all across the country in the US. So are bankruptcies. I don't know if it's at an all-time high, but I know it's very high. And it's not just relevant to our industry. What's great about our industry is the low cost. You can literally start a business in most cases for less than $100, and your monthly overhead in most companies is going to be $100 or less. It is hard to do that in the real traditional business world where you have rent for a building, where you have employees, where you have a large inventory, all that monthly overhead. Many businesses have to make 5, 10, 15, 20 grand a month just to break even in their business. Here in our type of business, because of that low overhead, it is pretty simple and pretty easy to get profitable. Not everybody does it, but I believe it's a lot easier than in a traditional business where you have all those expenses. I don't think you should ever go bankrupt in your MLM business. You have a responsibility to be a good steward of your money. You need to track your expenses. You need to be smart with your money. And I'm going to share some of my favorite tips to help you avoid debt in your MLM business and to help you avoid bankruptcy. So the first thing you should do, no matter what type of company you're in, is you want to build up your customer base. Every rep, if they had 3, 5, 10, 15 customers, they would make enough to cover all of their business expenses, their product order, any type of events or business education that they need, and they could have a profitable business just by maintaining a few customers. Now, I know a lot of companies are product focused and they teach people to get customers. Other companies in our industry, they never talk about the products or getting customers, but regardless of the company that you choose to promote, it is in your best interest to build up a customer base. It does not mean you need to have 50 personal customers, not even 20, but you should try to have 3, 5, 10. That's a good number. That's going to put some money in your pocket and cover pretty much every expense that you could think of. The next thing you want to do is you want to be smart with your money. What does that mean? Number one, you should have a separate checking account for your network marketing business. You can go to your local bank or your local credit union. You can open a business checking account and run your entire business out of that account. Do not try to mix your business expenses with your personal expenses. It creates a lot of frustration, a lot of confusion, especially if you're married and the two of you are trying to balance a checkbook and you're trying to run your business out of your personal family income. Keep it separate. Have a separate checking account. Fund it when you first start your business and run everything right out of that. That's going to alleviate a lot of problems. The next thing you want to do, and I found this to be very helpful, is each month have a simple profit and loss statement that you monitor where you're tracking your income and your expenses. This is going to give you a monthly profit or loss. You'll be able to see where your business stands financially each month, which is great. It takes me about 15 minutes to update this spreadsheet that I do every single month, and it shows all my expenses, all my income, and whether I made a profit or whether I lost money. The reason you want to do this is you don't want to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months in a row of losing money. If you can help it, you want to keep your expenses to a bare bones minimum and run your business very lean in the beginning. I also want to chime in here, though, just for reality purposes, is most traditional businesses, they don't make a profit their first year in business. A lot of businesses take 2, 3, 4, 5 years before they ever turn a dollar profit. So we can be profitable right from month one, but even if you lose money for a few months, it's not abnormal compared to a traditional business. Most of the businesses you drive through in your same hometown, a lot of those aren't even profitable. A lot of those are just struggling to survive day to day. So it's important to understand that. Keep your expenses to a bare bones minimum. Don't just go and throw a ton of money on ads, throw a ton of money on clothing, on business cards, on all the fancy super duper stuff. Run your business like a lean startup, bootstrap it, and make up with sweat equity what you lack in capital, rather than just throw a lot of money around hoping something works out. Also, if you are in a bad financial position, take the time, assess where you're at. If you need to get some help, get some help. I have found a lot of people who are struggling financially in our industry. They were struggling in their own personal family finances before they even started the business. So if that is the case and you're struggling with your finances, there are counselors out there, there are programs out there that can help you. But I do not personally believe MLM puts a lot of people in debt or bankruptcies. I believe a lot of people make bad decisions with money that leads to those two things. It's not just because of their business. Maybe that had a small part to do with it, but a lot of entrepreneurs who own businesses go into debt and have bankruptcies. You can avoid that. The beauty of our industry, I love it. We have the time freedom. We have the location freedom. We have the low overhead, the low startup. I own traditional businesses as well. None of them compare to my networking business as far as the small amount of expenses, the small amount of time and capital it takes to get the business launched and to keep it going. So ultimately, at the end of the day, you have to take control of your own finances. One of the books that I recommend that has helped me a lot, I really like The Total Money Makeover. That's a great book for someone if you're struggling with your personal finances. There's another book, The Wealthy Barber, that helped me a lot. That's an old personal finance book. There's finally the book, The Richest Man in Babylon, which is another great personal finance book. And folks, if you're going through tough financial times, you're not alone. Our economy is in a crazy downward spiral. A lot of people are struggling. I get it. Get some help. Take charge of your finances. Take charge of your business. Don't let your business put you in a bad spot, but also don't blame your bad financial spot just because of your business, because it's a combination of poor decisions that we make financially, mostly because of ignorance, just not knowing, lack of education, just trying to figure everything out on our own. So I hope you got some value from this. Hopefully you check out those books. You can go to the description box below this video to check out some helpful resources that will benefit you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you're thinking. Leave a comment below this. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Why or why not? I look forward to hearing from you, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks again.